Close your eyes and allow yourself to fully arrive and settle into this here and now moment, which is always unfolding and alive. Take a few deep breaths and feel your connection with the earth. Directing your awareness and energy downward. Feeling your feet as they make contact with the ground. Rest here for a few moments. And then open your awareness to the fullness of your experience. The process of embodied integration involves touching in on the individual layers of our experience and then linking them together as part of a neural flow instead of a generalized, abstract description of what we're experiencing. Integration requires that we access and articulate our moment-to-moment unfolding reality in a way that is concrete, specific, and embodied. Bring to mind a recent situation where you became triggered or activated, or just worried or down or thrown off center by something someone said, some way you were misunderstood or ignored, rejected or dismissed, or were unseen or unfelt. In a conversation, or maybe something you read online evoked a flood of feeling. Just some situation where you were met with some difficult thoughts, images, or bodily felt sensations. Some anger, or shame, sadness, or fear. And where you wanted to run away, to hide, to attack, or to lash out at yourself or another. Any situation really where you feel called to bring a deeper level of awareness, perspective, and understanding. Just allow this situation to bubble up from your unconscious. Just some part of yourself or your experience that just wants to be seen, wants to be known. Choose a situation where you felt ungrounded or uncentered, anxious or restless, sad or shut down. Make sure not to return to a traumatic event, but something workable, where it feels safe enough to go into and explore your experience without becoming overwhelmed. You might push yourself a little bit into a small amount of activation, exploring the edges of your window of tolerance, but without falling outside it. The most important thing is to enter into this experience now, to do your best to really have it activated and alive for you. Not just to remember it conceptually, but to really feel those feelings, sense those sensations, be attuned to that activation as best you can to have a living, embodied experience of it right now. Sometimes it can take some practice to do this. So with the situation alive in your awareness, begin by attuning to what is happening in your body. It might take some experimentation to shift your attention out of the looping thoughts and beliefs and conclusions about yourself or others or the world, and into the container or vessel that is your own nervous system. How and where does this particular situation show up in your body? Maybe in your legs or your belly, in your heart or your throat, in your shoulders or in your face, in your hands or your feet, or in the way you're breathing, or just more globally in your nervous system as the flow or block of energy. What sensations are you aware of? Openness, expansion, constriction, heat, cold, pressure. Tingling, shaky, prickly, soft, warm, flowing, numbness, heaviness, tightness. For now, just keep your awareness as best you can at the level of raw bodily sensation, without any interpretation. This is the story of the body in this moment, the somatic narrative filled with data and information. And if you don't sense anything, if what you sense is nothing, as paradoxical as it may sound, trust this. Open into this nothing, this nothingness, and listen. For it too is a messenger, a guide, a way shower. The goal is not to feel any certain way, or even to feel at all, but to attune to the life force as it is in this moment, which is a direct expression of psyche, of soul, and of the nervous system. Touch the sensations with your awareness and name them with a few words if you're able. Tension in my belly, constriction in my throat, emptiness in my heart, pressure in my shoulders, a softness in my legs, a trembling in my arms, a shallowness in my breath, red flushing in my cheeks. Name the sensations and then just listen. See if you can discern the difference between pure sensing and thinking about sensation. Next, what is the most prominent emotion or mood you're aware of? Feel the emotional texture of the situation, that global emotional atmosphere of this scene and the figures in the scene with you. And if you're able to name them with one or two words, do that now. Sadness, grief, anger, joy, jealousy, envy, despair, melancholy, shame. And then just rest, open, and listen. Now, as you drop into the bodily sensations, moods, and emotions, is there some action or movement that you feel drawn to take? Some response to the situation, maybe to say something, to assert something that you need, or to enact a boundary, to get away or hide, defend yourself, shut down, collapse, or go numb. Just be aware of any urge or impulse to act, to go to the refrigerator to get some food, or get online, or scroll through social media, or curl up in a ball, or make a fist. And just feel this impulse as deeply as you're able, without acting on it for now. To just hold it, touch it, feel it. If possible, verbalize the impulse in a short sentence. In this moment, I want to speak, to move, to get away, to connect. I want to defend myself, get out of my body, not feel anymore, or be kind to myself. I want to eat, to drink, to run, to yell, to fall to the floor, to curl up in the fetal position. As you continue to explore your embodied felt sense of the situation, open to any images that may appear. Sink into the mood or experience as deeply as you're able and see what image goes with the emotional tone. See if you can describe your inner mood as an image. Could be a person or a scene that you find yourself in, or a voice or other sound that you hear, or just something that you sense or feel or know intuitively. What is the image that goes with this situation? It could even be a smell or a taste. Just note whatever image emerges. Open to it as best you can and touch it with your presence. You might find yourself walking in sand or at the ocean or seeing into the bottom of a deep well or looking up at the moon or on a busy city street, alone in a desert, sitting in a stream, listening to a bird. Maybe that bird beckons you to follow it. Just allow an image or a metaphor to bubble up from the unconscious, a symbol or sign or message from the soul, sent to help you connect more deeply with the wisdom within you, with what's unfolding now. If it is a person that appears, say a small child or an old woman or mysterious man or even a figure from mythology, film, literature, or spiritual tradition, you could have a dialogue with this figure. Ask it why it has come, what it needs you to know, what it has come to show you. Allow psyche to speak to you in its language of image, metaphor, and myth. Open for a few moments into this mythopoetic layer of the soul. Now, letting go of any images and just returning to the overall felt sense of the situation. Notice if there are any particular thoughts that catch your attention, or any beliefs or conclusions that you've come to about yourself, about others, about the world, about the nature of reality, about the way things are, about who you are, or what you're doing here. See if you can experience the thoughts as thoughts and not evidence of some objective reality. Just thoughts passing by. Touch them lightly and observe as they come and go on their own, being birthed in awareness outside of your conscious control or will, playing for a few moments in the space of consciousness, and then dissolving once again into the vastness from where they came. No need to follow or understand them for now, or figure anything out, or interfere with this flow in any way. Just notice as these thoughts dance their way into awareness, and be the space in which they can play, unfold, and then fall away. And slowing down and meeting your experience in this way cycling through sensation, emotion, impulse, image, and thinking. You've differentiated and touched each of the dimensions of your living embodied reality. So now, to further the process of integration, let go of your focus on any individual layer of experience and open as deeply as you can to the full spectrum of this emerging, unfolding, here and now moment all at once. Allow the unique and differentiated layers of experience to link, to weave together and to integrate. The poetic unfolding of your soul in this moment. And this linking is more of a right brain experiential immersion. No need to understand or work anything out. Just feel it all interweaving and interlacing together, integrating into a moment of embodied presence, openness, and warmth. Now allow the meditation to dissolve and just rest in the spaciousness of this moment for as long as you'd like. If anything came up in the meditation that caught your attention, you could spend some time writing about it in your journal, or painting, or drawing, or sculpting it, or dancing it, to keep it alive, to stay in relationship with the living psyche and the living nervous system, and as a way to deepen intimacy with your soul, which is always speaking to you in its own artistic language of image and feeling.